Hi, this is Kavya from Unit Technologies. So today my project topic is about a study on recruitment and selection process. So before entering into the project topic, let's go through the abstract of this project. The main aim of developing this project is to know the critical factors that are involved in this recruitment and selection process. So this project involves both the positive and negative consequences which can result in productivity, customer satisfaction and the work process among the organization. My major study is about the effective recruitment methodology and the selection process that are followed in IT sector. So next I have the table of contents for my project. So these are the included table of contents for my project that I've included into my project report. And next I am moving on with list of tables. List of table and then list of charts. And now I am entering into my project report. So in this I have first executive summary of my report. Executive summary is like the general information related to the recruitment and selection process. And next I am entering into my chapter. So first chapter is introduction. Introduction is like general introduction about recruitment and selection process. So in this I have included what is recruitment process. So recruitment is the process of hiring right people for right job. So this is for attracting, screening and selecting the qualified set of candidates. So this recruitment shows the number of vacancies that are available in the sector. So this recruitment also involves the present and future requirements of the organization. It also increases the candidates level and also reduces the probability of job applicants. So in this recruitment I have 5 stages of recruitment process. So first stage is called as a planning stage. In this planning stage I am going to mention how many employees I am going to recruit for that particular position. And next I am moving on with second stage called as strategy development. So in this I am going to mention where I wanted to recruit the candidate, whom I wanted to recruit. So these are the 2 steps that I am taking in this strategy development phase. In this phase I also wanted to mention the various sources of recruitment that is being carried out. And next is the searching process. So searching process involves the sources of activating and selling out the process. And the fourth stage of process is screening process. So this is the integral part of a recruitment process. So this will begin only after the shortlisting process. So this is the initial stage of selection process also. And next I am going on with the last stage of process, which is evaluation and control. So this evaluation and control estimates the salary for recruiters, and it also specifies the job description, specification and their role for working in this organization. So this is the main process, recruitment process that is being carried out in the sector. And next I am moving on with method of recruitment. In this method of recruitment I have mentioned 3 methods. One is direct, indirect and third party. So direct recruitment is done with the help of placements. Indirect recruitment is done through advertisements, friends references and with the help of job posting websites. Third party recruitment is done with the help of majorly with the help of consultancies. So this is the ways of recruitment process. And next I am moving on with the selection process. So in this selection process carries out more set of disadvantages and also an advantage. So this selection process is the process of picking up the individual who can well fit the vacant position in the organization. So mostly this selection process is based on the performance of an employee. So the selection process will carry out various rounds of interviews. Various rounds of interview process will be conducted in sectors and they will be selecting a particular candidate. So this is about the general introduction related to the recruitment and selection process. And next I am moving on with the objectives of study. So objectives is like I'm going to study the recruitment and selection procedure that is followed in the organization, and I'm also going to understand the employee's attitude towards this recruitment and selection process. And next I'm moving on with need of the study. So need is like I'm going to analyze what is the basic needs that is done in an organization. Either they wanted to grow the sector, or either they want to expand the organization, or whatever it is. So I'm going to analyze that sectors. And next I'm moving on with scope of the study. So scope is like I'm going to determine what are the recruitment and selection procedures that is followed inside the organization. And next I'm moving on with limitations of study. So while undergoing the study, I had undergone major drawbacks, major disadvantages. So those and all I will be specifying in this limitations of study. And next I'm moving on to a next chapter, which is called as review of literature. So this review of literature mainly contains the general information, journal paper publication information related to the recruitment and selection process. So those contents will only be added up in this review of literature process. And next I'm moving on to another next topic called as industry profile. So this is the general introduction, general information related to the IT sector. And next I'm moving on with research methodology. So research methodology is the main topic actually. So research methodology is the one that I'm going to analyze in the data, and I'm also going to take survey method based on the process. So in this research methodology I'm going to take a method called a sampling method, which is used to take a small sample of total population. I'm going to work on with that. So in this sampling method I'm going to use two set of tools, statistical tools. One is percentage and another one is chart analysis. And next step I am moving on with data analysis and interpretation. So data analysis and interpretation is like I'm going to get the response from the employees. I'm going to generate a chart and a table and a chart representing this process. And next, this is completely a survey report that is based on the employees' respondents. And next is the summary of findings. So summary of findings will be like the major drawbacks, major findings that is analyzed from the above data survey. So from the above survey of data, I have analyzed some set of findings and I am giving some set of suggestions for that. The next chapter, I am giving the suggestions for improving those drawbacks. So I am suggesting some effective measures to take for improving the HR policies, recruitment and selection process. I am telling the organization to improve the employees' current position level and all. I am doing some various sets of advertising process for knowing about the organization vacant processes. So those and all would include in this suggestion and recommendation process. And then I am concluding the project. So I am going to use both all the I am going to use direct recruitment processes also. I am going to use both internal and external recruitment processes, and I am going to the company is going to do the organization's retention process and all. So I am concluding the project, and I have prepared a set of questionnaires. So in this questionnaires, first I will be taking the general demographic profile details related to the process, and I will be proceeding on. So that's all about this recruitment and selection process.